So today we're going to talk about the stem and leaf plots. These, skip page, didn't I? That's weird. Somehow I mixed up the page. Anyway, stem and leaf plot, very good format for organizing smaller, medium amounts of data, but you don't want to get too big. Why? Because each line in a stem and leaf plot is a series of numbers. So it's basically a condensed version of the numbers. In the stem and leaf plot, what we're doing, the data are ordering from least to greatest. What's unique about your stem and leaf plots, guys, they're organized by the place values. So we haven't really talked a whole lot about that really at all this year, because this is a lower level concept, but your place values play a very important role throughout today's lesson as we're looking at how to build our stem and leaf plots. The stem, this portion over here, is the digits of the greatest place value of the data. For most of our examples today, it's going to be the tens place. So this is the top of the values. And we can't, one big thing on this, we're not going to have any gaps. So if there's a number that actually isn't used, we're still going to put a stem for that number. We're just not going to put anything in the least portion. Leaves, the good thing about the leaves, it is just going to be the last digit. So if I have a multi-digit number, my stems are going to be bigger, but my leaf is still only going to be just that last digit. It could be any place value, and that's where our key is really going to come in as being important on this. Let me add one more note on this. The first thing we are always going to do when we're building a stem and leaf plot, always place the data from least to greatest. That's going to be our first step on every single one of these data sets. You have to get your data organized before I can build a stem and leaf plot. So in our first set of data here, all I'm going to do is cross out the numbers as I write them down. Let me give you a hint, guys. When you're crossing these out, don't completely mark out the number. Just do a quick line. If you've made a mistake and you need to go back to your data set and you totally blanked it out, you're just making your work a lot harder on yourself. So on our first data set, as I go through here, my first number is a 5. My next number, I've got 2 7s. That's all the single digits. So as we go into the teens, I see a 14. I see an 18. I see a 19. Now we're in the 20s. I got a 21. 23. 24. 25, 26. Now we're done with that. The 30s, we've got a 32. I've got 2 33s. I've got a 36 and a 51. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a step that's going to make sure you get an A+ instead of an F. Sound like an important step? The nice thing is it's an easy step. All I need to do is count my original data points, count what I wrote down, and make sure that I have the correct number. So it takes about 5 seconds. I count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. When I rewrote it, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Why is that so important? If I miss one data point, I am now guaranteed to miss my median. Okay? If I miss one of the end values, I've now missed my range. If I miss one that happens to repeat, I miss my mode. So it's very easy to go from an A+ to an F by missing one data point. So do that really quick count. Make sure you've got all of your data rewritten correctly. Okay, I've done this, this is my 5th class now. Twice already I've made mistakes, even though I've done this that many times now. You will make silly mistakes. Make sure you don't. So our next thing is now we need to build our stem and leaf plot. In the stem and leaf plot, your stem is everything but the last place value. What is the smallest place value in all of our numbers? Zeros are not a place value. Ones is our place value, right? So what place values do we have other than ones? Tens. So what is the smallest amount of tens I have on any of these numbers? The smallest amount of tens. 0. I have 0 tens with 5, right? How many tens are in the number 5? 0. How do I represent that mathematically? 0. It's not a trick question. So my first stem is a 0. Why? Because my first data point is a 5. So a 0 and a 5 represent the number 5. What is my next data point? 7. So all I do is next to the 5, I do a comma and draw 7. Don't I have any? Okay, so before we left, we did all the place values with a 0 in the 10th place. So what do you think my next stem is going to be? Good. A 1. So my next one, now I'm doing all of them that have a 1 in the 10th place. So my first one is a 14. So my first leaf, excuse me, will now be a 4. Then I'm going to do the 18. So my next leaf is an 8, because a 10 of 1 and an 8 in the ones. And a 9. You guys understand where these numbers are coming from? Yes. Anybody not see where the numbers are coming from? Okay, just a couple. They might all come talk to you in a minute. So our next set of tens is the 2s. So I'll put a 2. My 1s, for a 21, I have a 1 in the ones place. Then a 23, a 24, 25, 26. My next set of tens is a 3, so my next stem will be a 3. My ones on that one are a 2 for 32. Then I have a 33, an additional 33, 36. So my next stem is going to be a, you guys remember the note I gave you under stem? No gaps. So I need a 4. So after the 4, I'm going to put a, do I have a 40 in my data set? So can I put a 0? No, because I don't have a 40 in my data set. So what am I going to put next to the 4? Nothing. I leave it blank, but I keep it there because part of the reason, guys, is so I can see that there is a big gap that I have an outlier here at the end of my data set. So for the 5, I just have a 1. So, quick little Mr. Moore tip. One of the most important things on this is your key. Because your key is where I learn about the place value of the numbers that are in my stem and leaf plot. So my key is absolutely critical. You must do a key with a stem and leaf plot so that the people understand what the numbers are. The key looks just like this. I'm going to use my last value. This is kind of Mr. Moore thing. I always tend to use the last value in my set. So I have a 5. Bar 1, to show that that's what my stem and leaf looks like, equals the number 51. So that tells anybody looking at my stem and leaf plot what the place values are for the numbers that are in the stem and leaf plot. It was. Yes?
So the key is just the last number?
It can be any number in the plot. I just use the last one because it's right there. But I could have said 0, 5 equals 5. That also would work. Of course, it would look a lot better if my smartboard worked too. Doesn't matter what number I use. I can use any one. I just use the last one, okay, just for ease of use. Now, once I have my stem and leaf plot done, now here's where the big advantage is. Median, mode, and range are all very easy to see now. Median. I taught my guys figure test and Steve taught you guys to cost out. You can still do that. I'm going to show you an alternative way to do it mathematically. One thing I forgot to do because of the fire drill. Did we count? Yes, we did. So we counted. Who remembers how many numbers there were? 16. So if I am doing the median on an even data set, 16 numbers, how many numbers are going to form my median? 2. The 2 middle ones, right? And I'm going to average the 2. I'll add them together, divide by 2. If it was an odd number, how many numbers form my median? 1. I'll find 1 in the middle. Now the key here is I'm looking for that middle value, right? So I can just figure that out mathematically. If I've got 16 numbers in my data set, which numbers are going to give me my median? Eli? The 8th and 9th, not 18 and 19. So my 8th and 9th number in the data set are going to give that to me. So I can find that just by counting my leaves. So if I count, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are right here. So what 2 numbers form the middle of my data set? 23 and 24. If I did it up here, and I'd have done the cross out or the finger test, those are the 2 numbers I would come to. So what is my median? Raise your hand if you got it. Ryan? No? What's the median? Kevin? No? Yeah, sorry. Awesome, 23.5. So my median is 23.5. My mode. What is mode? It means the number that repeats the most often, right? So what number repeated itself? 2 of them. I have 7 and I have 33. So I have 2 modes, 7 and 33. What is my range? Well, my smallest number is 5. My biggest number is 51, giving me a range of 46. Easy enough? Okay, does this make sense to you guys? How many of you guys think you can do one on your own now? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a chance. I'll give you, we'll say, 4 minutes to do number 1. You can work together as a table if you would like, or do it by yourself. So I reorganize the data. But what haven't I done yet? For those of you that are already done and watching, what have I done? These are greatest. What didn't I do yet? I didn't count to make sure I did them all. So I got to count. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Good. I didn't make a mistake this time. Now to go by stem. What is the first stem I'm going to use? Do I have any with 0 in the... Don't have any zeros. So if you put a 0 and left a blank, I wouldn't count it wrong, but you don't need it. So my first stem is a 1. Under the 1, how many did I have with a 1 for a stem? 4 of them. I have a 0, 4, 4, 9. So that's the numbers 10, 14, 14, and 19. My next stem is a 2. I've only got 1 under the 2s. That's my 7. My next one is a 3. So I have a 2, 3, 4, 8, and another 8. Under the 4s, I have 2 under the 4s. I have a 0 and an 8. 5s, I just have 1, the 5. 6s, I have 1, the 1. So how many data points did I have? 14. So my middle is going to be 7 and 8. So count 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's those 2 numbers. So what 2 numbers is that? 33 and 34. So my median is 33.5. As I wrote it, what numbers repeated? 14 and 38. So I have 2 modes. My range, my lowest number was 10. My highest was 61. So that gives me a range of 51. Okay, everybody good? What? Good! All of you that thought you were done, you missed the most important part. Key. So again, for me, 6-1 equals 61. Everybody good? Thumb meter. Give me thumbs. How we doing? Up, down, in between. Still need more work. Jalen? Where you at? Okay. Let's go to the next page. And what you guys do. Wait, are we already in the next page? Yeah. Oh, this is where I messed up somehow. Okay, number 2. Let you guys do this one on your own. I'm only giving you 2 minutes. You don't have to do the median mode range on this. So it really shouldn't take you long. Okay, so that's 2 minutes. I hope you guys all were able to finish. I will say, as I walked around, I was highly disturbed by the number of people that tried to skip that step. This is a really small data set. You might have been able to get by without it, but the bigger the data set gets, the more important that step becomes, guys. Please don't be taking shortcuts, Jake. Rewrite your data set from smallest to largest, then you're guaranteed to get it in. It also gives you the ability to count very easily to make sure you get all the data points. So yours should have looked just like this. Under the 0, I had 7, 8, 9. A lot of them the 10s. I had 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Under the 2, I had 2 and 3. Don't forget your key. So I used 23, so I said 2 bar 3 equals 23. Questions on this? Let's see, do you want to do one? Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to do number 3 for you, just because we haven't looked at one like this yet. So this is going to give you a really good indicator why your key is so important. Our first step is still the same. The first thing I need to do is go through my data and relist it in order. So starting on this one, my lowest one's an 18. I've got an 18.1. What did I skip? I've got 18.4. I've got 18.5. I've got, that's all the 18s. I see a 19. 19.2. 19.3. 19.5, I have 2 of those. 19, that's all the 19s. I see a 20.6. Do what? Oh, 20.5 on that one. 20.6 that I already crossed out. 20.7. 20.8. 20.9. A 21. And a 21.4. So again, just make sure I got them all. Let me count. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Good. So as long as I've got the same number again, the chance of me having rewritten one without crossing it out is really slim. So if I've got the same number, I probably wrote it right. Now here's where it gets interesting. So if my leaf is only 1 digit, what place value am I going to be using for my leaves in this data set? The tenths, right? So if I'm using the tenths for my leaf in 18.0, what's going to be my stem? 18. So for the 18, my leaf is going to be a 0. I've also got an 18.1, 18.4, 18.5. Then I go to the 19s. For the 19s, I have a 19.0, 19.2, 19.3, 19.5, 19.5. Under the 20s, I have a 20.5, 20.6, 20.7, 20.8, 20.9. Under the 21s, I have a 21.0 and a 21.4. So here's why my key is so important, guys. So my key I'm going to use, again, my last value. I'm going to say 21/4 equals 21.4. So now I've told the reader of my chart exactly what my place values are. Where possible, you want to include units. Did we give you units for this data set? What are they? Inches. So I'm also going to include that in my key. Make sense? Does that help you understand why your key is so important? Good. So really, guys, the importance of that key is it tells me the place value of the numbers that are displayed in my data set. Number 4 is pretty simple. All we're doing is interpreting. So I'll give you guys 30 seconds to figure out the median mode range. I imagine some of you have probably already done that. Okay, looks like most of you are done. So, on the data set, how many pieces of data did I have for the set? 20. Really, all I gotta do is count the leaves. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So that means my median is going to be 10 and 11. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11. So my median was 5, right? 85. Good. The median is 85 because that number is not just a 5. There is a stem that goes with it. That's number is 85. They're both 85. So that means the median is that number. What is my mode? 90? Who says 90 is the only mode on this one? Raise your hand if you think 90 is the only mode, guys. Okay, hands down. For those of you that didn't raise your hand, what other modes did you see? 84, 85, yeah. Right? Because there's 2 of each of those. Why is it only 90? Because 90 has the most. Remember, mode is the most, guys. So mode, the only one that had 3 is 90. So while 84 and 85 are repeated, they're only repeated twice. That doesn't make them the mode. The mode is only the number that shows the most. So the mode is 90, not 0. 0 is not even in my data set. Remember, all those zeros represent 90. And then my range, the smallest number was 65. The largest number was 96, meaning I have a range of 31. Guys, you feel comfortable on this? Yeah. I sure hope so. We're going to skip 5 for now because of the fire drill. Go to the next page. We're going to give you 2 pages of partner work. So, we'll let you work with your table. Keep it down, stay focused. If you finish all of these, you can go to the next page. So I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes to finish. Okay, let's look at the answers. Hey boys. Ryan. Thank you. So our first one didn't have to be median mode. All I had to do is put it in order. So behind the 1, you should add 0, 4, 5, 9. Behind the 2, 0, 4, 5, 6. Behind the 3 is 0, 3. Including your key, you should have had hours in your key, guys. So 3/3 equals 33 hours. Again, that's the last data point. That's what I normally would use. But again, it doesn't matter which one you use as long. You could have had 3 dash 0 is 30 hours. That's okay. Number 7. When I do I count? The median is there between the 15 and the 17. So I have a median of 16. My mode, the one that showed up more than once, was 17. My range is 18. It went from 8 to 26. Number 8. Again, when I do it, I count to the middle. It's 87 and 88. So it gave me a median of 87.5. My mode was 95. It actually showed up 3 times. And then my range was 33. It went from 64 to 97. Number 9 was a little bit tricky. Now here's the key. Because the last digit in every number was a 0, that doesn't actually really have a value in that place. So we can actually use the tenths as our place value for the leaves. That means my stem is the dollars. So I should add a 5 with an 8 and a 9, 6 with a 0, 2, 5, 5, 7 with a 5, 8, 8, 8, 8, and an 8 with a 0. Doing the median, it came out to the 65 and 75. So that was $7 for the median. Mode, 8 showed up 4 times under the 7, so $7.80. And my range, I take the 8 minus 580, gave me a range of $2.20. Again, for my key, 7.5 is $7.50. You should have had the dollar sign in your key. You should have had 2 decimal places in your key. Questions? Eli. It can be any of the numbers. Yep, it can be any of the numbers. That was just to show you that it can be any of them. Again, normally I'll use the last one, so I would have done 80 is $8. But at 7.5 and 7.50 is absolutely fine. Doesn't matter what number I use. Okay, do this last page again as a group, and we'll do the answers in about 10 minutes. Okay, answers on this one. We didn't do one in the hundreds yet, so my stems with 11, 12, 13, 14. Behind 11, I have a 0, 1, 3, 7. 12, 0, 2, 3, 4. 13, I have a 7. 14, I've got a 3, 5, 5, 6, 8. My key, 11, 0 is 110, or 14, 8 equals 148. Again, doesn't matter the number. Just make sure that you show it correctly. My median, 123.5, then mode, 145, range of 38. Number 11, my median was 27.5, mode of 25, range of 28. What can you say about it? You can say anything. The most common number of free throws made was 25. The range of 28 went from 14 to 42 free throws made. Whatever you said, make sure it just is backed up by the data in the graph. Number 12, median of 65.5, mode of 64, range of 59. What can I say about it? These are some really big apples. 99 kilogram apple. That's pretty huge. 13. Why is it important to include a key? Why? Because without it, I can't tell what the play time is. So the key really is like the code to the entire stem and leaf block. Once I understand the key, everything else gets unlocked. Like I did that? Never mind. Okay, you got 2 pages of homework. Page 9, the last 2 pages of your packet. Do those tonight. Guys, they're really, honestly, quite easy. A lot of them are just asking you to interpret. Have a great day.